Alrighty, the question of higher speed limits on BC's roads, rural roads, is a really hot topic. We thought we'd dig a little deeper, and joining us now to further the discussion, Chris Thompson, who's with Sense BC. Thanks for being here.
No problem.
And Vivian Krause, familiar face on Unfiltered. We're glad you could join us tonight. Chris, higher speed limits, for them, against them?
For them.
Why?
Simply because if you look at raising the speed limits, what happens is people actually don't drive faster. What it does is it makes legal what most of us are already doing right now, which is driving safely.
Okay. Do you want to call BS on that, or shall I?
Oh, I want to talk about his video. I mean, it's just, everyone's seen it, right? I think 1 million people have seen this video, Speed Kills. And I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. And it's hilarious. You know, the little monkey at the typewriter and everything. And he makes 4 great points, right? The roads are better built. The cars are better built. The laws are behind the times. And even the experts agree that we can increase the speed limits. But where you lost me was right at the end, was where you said, oh, 10 kilometers is not enough. So, you know, I think that's really the question, is by how much then do we increase them? If 10 kilometer increase on the rural highways isn't enough, then what is?
Well, I think what you have to do is look at the study that was quoted in the video. So the original 2003 study the government did and subsequently ignored had a huge list of roads where the speed limit should be increased by 10 kilometers an hour. And that was 10 years ago. And as the government has admitted, even in the last 10 years, cars are safer, they're more fuel efficient, etc.
Yeah, but people still die on the roads, and speed is still a factor, a major factor in accidents. And I don't believe that. I think everybody knows you've got about a 10-kilometer window before the cops will pull you over. So if the speed limit is 50, you can be almost up to 60, and you'll still be within their safe zone, you know, without being pulled over for a ticket. So everybody drives that fast. So if we put the limits up to 110 on roads that are now at 80 or 90, people are going to go at least 110, potentially up to 120 kilometers an hour. And that is too fast for young drivers, for drivers in older cars, for drivers in bad road conditions.
Do you want me to call BS on that one? Basically, if you look at the research, what happens is that people tend to drive a safe speed for the road, no matter what the speed limit says. And if you take Germany, for example, that has unlimited speed limits, people can't do 10K an hour faster than unlimited. So what generally happens is people drive a safe speed that they think, given the conditions and the road conditions in their vehicle, and whatever you post on the side of the road kind of really actually doesn't matter. So raising the speed limits 20 or 30 kilometers an hour, people may drive a kilometer to an hour faster, but by and large, what you will do is legalize the safe speed that we're already traveling. And you will give the police an actual limit that they can enforce that we won't have to guess at. We won't have to think, well, maybe I can drive 15 over here because this is Marine Drive and the limit's 50, but it's 6 lanes. Well, actually, no. If the limits make sense, it's the upper limit of safe travel. And if you go faster than that, then you'll get a ticket.
Yes, but there will always be people who go faster than that. And I worry about, and it's typically young males, sort of, you know, 19 to 27-ish, who will get in their little hot roddy car and weave in and out and be going well over the speed limit.
Yeah, but speed limits aren't going to change that.
You know, the thing is, though, speeding or driving fast is one of those things where if a few people do it, the system can handle it, right? It's sort of like the people that don't vaccinate their child, right? If only a few of them are breaking the rules, then the society can handle it. But when everybody starts going much faster, then those guys that are racing down in their hot car, then there can really be a problem. And that's what worries me. So, fine. So, you know, if we, maybe to catch the laws up with the technology and the better built roads that have been around for 20 years already, so we increase the speed limit 10 kilometers. But you're saying that's still not enough.
Well, I think that's a misunderstanding because the roads are the safest when everyone's traveling the same speed and in the same direction.
That'll never happen. You're never going to have everybody driving the same speed.
Right. What are you going to do with the drivers who are the drivers who drive slowly now, who drive well under the speed limit that cause problems?
Well, if you look at the highways, there aren't a heck of a lot of drivers driving under the speed limit as is. And if you're a driver who's doing the speed limit, you can think to yourself, well, I can drive in the left lane. I'm doing the fastest speed allowed by law. But if we bump the speed limit on the Coquihalla, let's say by 20 kilometers an hour, and you're that guy doing 110, you know to get into the right lane. You know that you can't do 20K under the speed limit in the left lane. So people who are doing slower than the speed limit stick to the right lane. People who are going faster stick to the left lane. And if the police would start actually enforcing that, we might have a little bit more sense on the roads.
You know, I love to argue. I love an argument, especially a counterintuitive one like this one, but he's hard to argue with, you know? Really, I mean, everybody who wants to talk, everybody who wants to comment, right? Because there's this expensive public consultation going on, should watch his video. It's 15 minutes long. How do you get 1 million people to watch a 15-minute policy video? It's a good argument.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think that a lot of people like to drive faster. You know, I don't disagree with that. And I think there are probably some areas where most of us would be happy being able to legally go, you know, 10, 15, maybe up to 20 kilometers faster.
But not everybody else, just us, right?
Well, no, but it would, you know, obviously it's then for the masses if it's the posted speed limit. But I guess, I mean, I still think that even at some of our speed limits posted today, there are dangerous sections of road where people are going to drive far faster than they should and not be able to control their vehicles. And I don't know, maybe it's a dumb argument because maybe they'll do it no matter what the speed is.
Well, that's my argument. If you have, people are going to get drunk and people are going to do stupid things no matter what speed limit you put there.
We can't control everybody.
But that's why we can't have them doing those stupid things at much higher speeds.
Exactly. Sorry, I got to go. Vivian, Krause, and Thompson, thanks for being here.
Thanks very much.